What's up, everybody? It's Saturday, my watch is off. It is day 13, lucky number 13, in my 60 days of service business building, my 60 days of posting one video every single day about what I'm doing, like anybody even cares. But throughout these, I really think there are a couple times here and there that I have a little bit, man, my jacket, a little bit of value, a little bit of something that that you guys find useful. I've repeated myself over and over again as to why I'm doing these, why I'm doing 60 days of videos and talking out loud. So if you haven't heard me say it already, or rather if you don't know what I'm doing this for, go up this way or that way, depending on if you look at this on a mobile device on your computer, and find out why I'm doing this. Yeah, maybe that would drive you to a couple other videos. I don't know if there's anything worth anything in them. But today is Saturday, and if you follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, read any of my blogs on nextlevelservicepro.com. That is nextlevelservicepro.com for communications. If you read any of those, you'll hear me talk a lot about kind of what we do on a daily basis in our, I almost lost my train of thought there, what we do on a day-to-day as far as our organizations go, and how to leverage your time and create more time to have everything you want in life, instead of living inside this little bitty box that people paint for you to live in. You know when you push it to the limit and you start going after more and more, you have those people in your life that tell you, like, hey, you need to slow down, man. Hey, you're working too hard. You really need to, there's gonna be a day in your life where you've got to slow down and just spend time with your family, or, the list goes on and on and on. And so I write a lot about that. I talk a lot about that, about driving by my new lot right here where we're gonna be building a house soon. Man, I'm ready for that. So I talk a lot about that, about how to create time and things like that. So on a Saturday, of all days, we have this concept of the weekend that, if we just make it through 5 days to the weekend, and we made it through the week on cash flow, we made it through the week on whatever our job is, we get to take a break from work, and we get to have that balance that people talk about. Why do I say balance like that? Because balance is bullshit, man. There's no such thing, right? Unless you truly are going and punching a time clock just to earn this thing called money in order to buy a little bit of food and make ends meet. Like, unless you're punching a time clock, which you probably shouldn't be watching this blog if that's the ambition that you have. That sounds harsh, but I'm talking about stuff that is a lot of times totally against just punching a time clock. But either way, there is no such thing as this balance people speak of. There is such thing as harmony, and there is such thing as making sure that you are present in the moments you need to be present in. And so Saturdays and Sundays are such a fantastic day for me, my favorite days of the week, honestly, to be able to wake up at the same time I do every single weekday, those work days, wake up at the same time, but have a little bit of variation in my day. Rather than being up at the office all day long, I'm there from about 5:15 to about 7:45 when my daughter and wife on the weekends are waking up, and I'm able to get up to the office and go knock out things that I otherwise wouldn't get to because of the daily grind. But yeah, I'm able to get that stuff done and then go home and be awake, prepped, showered, and ready to go and have breakfast with the girls and hang out in a little bit more lax setting. So this morning I got up, got to the office, worked on tying up some loose ends on efficiency reports and cash flow projector reviews that my incredible team puts together for me. I was supposed to get to those Friday, but my spillover morning Saturday, I was able to massage and look over, like I said, the cash flow projectors as well as the efficiency reports that we keep each week for our crews, to make certain that our budgeted man hours, what we bill our customers, that our team is meeting at least a certain efficiency on the time that is spent in that trade for dollars for work. So got that done this morning. Also tied up some deals or some loose ends on some roofing got to chat with a local entrepreneur, Brandon Richards, who owns Brandon's Flowers. Got some stuff some roofing stuff working on with him, and also got to chat with him just a little bit about small business in general and some of the struggles that come when you are doing things personally, whether you're buying a house or whatever it is. So, and then also met with Dan Ogle up at the office today, who supplied some glass tabletops, tinted tempered glass tabletops for me and my brother that are so dark they're thick enough to be tabletops, but so that we can use as dry erase boards. So me and Zach are setting up in our office, and we want our offices to be a little bit more accessible to our team and the sales guys, who a lot of them are mobile, to be able to come in and sit down and work on things. And we've set up those tables to be dry erase tabletops. So either way, Dan brought those up to the office today. Really appreciate that, Dan, if you're watching this or catching this, for coming out on a Saturday to drop those off. And we got to talking a little bit about business too, in general, small town business, and working through the market obscurity so that people know your brand name. You know, there's so many things and so many competitors. It doesn't matter if it's small town, Texas, or large city, Dallas, Fort Worth, Los Angeles, doesn't matter. The biggest problem entrepreneurs face a lot of times is just market obscurity, how to get their name out there and make certain that when people think of glass, they think of DK Glass, Dan's company. When they think of floral, or they think of home furnishings, they think of Brandon's Flowers. When they think of roofing, they think of Ammons or ACR Roofing. And that's one of the points of a lot of the stuff you see on my Facebook, is just to make certain that people see me out there. People know and associate my name with roofing and landscape companies. If you haven't caught some of these previous ones, ACR Commercial Roofing, Ammons Roofing, and Verde Landscape Companies are the primary service companies that I operate, work in, do sales for, all that good stuff. And you know, the point behind that is I've got a service that I think is far better than my competition. I think I provide better value, so I want to make sure that every waking moment people are able to see me out there. So today was a little bit different than the day-to-day work days, and quite frankly, I was up at the office a little bit longer than I am most Saturdays. Most Saturdays I'm home by 7:45. Today I came home real quick for waffles and some eggs. Drew had already made the eggs, so I put some together, and I fail at eggs. I feel like at one point in my life that was something that I could handle, but you know, my egg skills have gone south. Doesn't matter if it's an omelet, doesn't matter if it's a fried egg, doesn't matter if it's scrambled eggs. Quite frankly, I think I've gotten in my head so much that I try to put milk in, I try to do whatever it is, and you know, I am damn good at roofing, but I have lost my egg skills. And one day I will return harmony to my breakfast cooking. Maybe not. Either way, if you guys get anything out of today, hopefully this ramble and this rant helps shift your paradigm a little bit, because I know I consistently think about this, and this is even new for me. Saturdays and Sundays, making certain that I stay in the flow and that I'm at the office, because there were some Sundays I used to use the excuse of, oh, it's Sunday and I need to rest. But you know, there's no need for that. There's need for rest. Let me back up. What I'm saying, I hope you get out of this, is that this idea of balance in any part of your life, this work-life balance, this friends versus family balance, this spouse versus kids balance, this whatever it is, it's bullshit. It doesn't exist. You'll never get that balance, but you can have harmony. And just look up the difference between what the difference in balance and harmony is, because balance assumes that you are truly trying to balance between two things. And when you bring everything into your life, work, family, friend relationships, hobbies, all that, and you bring that all into focus, into harmony, to where those all work together and they're all a part of your life, I think you can live a more full and whole life and not do a juggling and balancing act. And let's face it, if you're an entrepreneur or business owner, you're already playing the game of juggling multiple things and wearing way too many hats. So to try to buy into that concept of balance, I think you're just shooting yourself in the foot and asking for defeat, because you can't balance. So look for harmony. I'm going to look for a lot more harmony in mine. Sitting outside the house right now. I actually had to go to United supermarkets to let my wife back in her car because I was practicing harmony in my life. I've been at the office earlier this morning, bounced back and forth, got all that stuff that I talked about as far as business goes, but I was hanging out with my daughter that I normally wouldn't get to do on a weekday. I had started my wife's car for her, and she went to the grocery store, went shopping. I got a call from her just a little bit ago, and she said, "Do you have my keys?" I said, "Oh, shit." So she went in, went shopping, got out to her car. Of course, automatic start these days. You can drive off in the vehicle, but when you try to restart it, guess what? It doesn't start. So it is 19 degrees outside. Wife has no keys. I've got to get in the car, drive up there. I try to continue what I did by pulling her car out in the first place to be a good husband, take care of her. Used my phone, which is right here, to try to use the automatic start because I knew she was sitting in her vehicle freezing her ass off out there. So I tried to use the automatic start. And when that happens, the doors have to lock and then the automatic start goes. Well, the door's locked. I think she freaked out, opened the door, set off the alarm. I get another call as I'm driving up asking why our alarm's going off and if I would hurry up and get up there. And I'm thinking the whole time, it's like, damn, I have just... I've done my best, and guys out there, you probably felt this way before. You do your best to please and help, but it's not because you have to; it's because you want to. And sometimes when that begins to backfire on you, it just continues. So, nonetheless, went and got her in the vehicle. She somehow beat me home, and at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and walk in and make sure that everything is settled and everything is good. And I will practice some of my harmony tricks on Drew. To maybe lighten the mood. So you guys have a good one. Talk to you later. Saturday, I'm out.